Seeking some new fun and interesting Mexico facts? Mexico is an extraordinary country in North America that offers extensive coastlines, unique culture, and world-class food. Many people visit Mexico for its warm weather and beautiful beaches, but don't know many fun Mexico facts yet. There are so many unique things about Mexico to know, from its currency to long history and even information about its holidays. Let's dig into some interesting and fun facts about Mexico. 1. Mexico officially became a country in 1821. Our first facts about Mexico is about its independence. Formerly part of New Spain, Mexico gained independence after a long, bloody war against its colonial overlords to become the first Mexican empire. It then became the first Mexican republic in 1824, but today, it's the United Mexican States. 2. Mexico is where you'll find the oldest university in North America. Facts about Mexico: it's called the National University of Mexico, and it was founded in 1551 by Charles V of Spain. It was called Real y Pontificia Universidad de Mexico and operated until 1865. Universidad Nacional Autónoma de Mexico, established in 1910, traces its origins to the university, but there's no real evidence of continuity. 3. Mexican children don't get presents on Christmas Day. Facts about Mexico: don't worry though, they do get gifts, eventually. Instead of on December 25th, they get them on January 6th because, according to tradition, this is when the three wise men rocked up to give baby Jesus his gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Makes sense to us. 4. The first conquest of Mexico was in 1519. Facts about Mexico: but little did the conquistadors of Spain know that their fighting ability wasn't what won the war. They unwittingly brought with them a smallpox epidemic that they were immune to, which killed roughly 3 million native Mexicans. That number is actually thought to be a lot more. 5. The Aztecs thought smallpox was a punishment from God. Having never been exposed to an epidemic like it, the people of the Aztec Empire assumed that it was a punishment from God. They thought the Christian God was more mighty and ultimately led to them accepting Catholicism. 6. Mexico is home to one of the 6 cradles of civilization. Facts about Mexico: human civilization in Mexico is thought to date back to at least 8000 BC. This is where you will find the Olmec, Toltec, Teotihuacan, Zapotec, Mayan, and Aztec empires. This puts Mexico up there with the other so-called cradles: ancient India, Egypt, China, Peru, and Mesopotamia. You can also find some fantastic ruins in Valladolid. Here are the best things to do in Valladolid. 7. Mexico City is built on the city of Tenochtitlan, once an ancient city with a population of around 150,000 people. Set on an island in the middle of a lake, Tenochtitlan seemed like a suitable place for the Mexican capital. Colonial folks set about filling in the lake, reclaiming land, and building what became Ciudad de Mexico. 8. No one knows what Mexico means. Facts about Mexico: no, really, no one agrees on the etymology. Some people say it means place where the god of war lives. The war god's name is Mexi. Others say it means at the navel of the moon. But honestly, nobody knows the truth. 9. Mexico is a real melting pot. Facts about Mexico: Mexico was a colony of Spain for over 300 years. Over that lengthy period, not only Spanish, but other Europeans, as well as African slaves, joined the population of already differing native ethnic groups. 10. Mexico is the 4th largest nation in the Americas. Facts about Mexico: it turns out that Mexico is pretty big. It covers an area of 2 million square kilometers, which we think is pretty impressive. 11. The US-Mexico border is the 2nd longest border in the world. Facts about Mexico: between two countries, that is. It's second only to the vast line that splits Canada from the United States. To be exact, the US-Mexico border is 3,145 kilometers long. 12. Mexican silver pesos were the first global currency. Facts about Mexico: this is one of those insane and interesting Mexico facts I love. Using silver mined in Mexico, the colonial government minted a zillion of these silver coins. They were used in Spain, the Caribbean, and Southeast Asia. In fact, these silver coins, also known as Spanish dollars, are the famous pieces of 8 you hear in pirate stories. They were called pieces of 8 because they were worth 8 reals, the currency of Mexico. 13. The Mexican flag is very symbolic. Facts about Mexico: look closely in the middle of the Mexican flag, and you'll see an eagle with a snake in its mouth perching on the branch of a prickly pear. Legend has it that the Aztecs were told by the sun god, Huitzilopochtli, to look for a place where this scene was playing out. They found it in the lake that would become Tenochtitlan, nowadays Mexico City. 14. There's a rare species of rabbit in Mexico called the volcano rabbit. Before you start picturing a Pokemon-esque rabbit-lava hybrid, it's nothing like that. The volcano rabbit, aka taparingo or zacatec, is a super cute bunny that's found around Mexico's volcanic mountains. It's indigenous to Mexico, it's endangered, and it's the second smallest rabbit in the world after the pygmy rabbit. Did we mention that it's cute? 15. Mexico is one of the world's 17 megadiverse countries. Mashpee Lodge Night Walk Tree Frog. This country is home to at least a tenth of the world's biodiversity, which is one of the most interesting Mexico facts. That's around, or more than, 200,000 different species roaming around all the diverse ecosystems that Mexico has to offer. This makes Mexico the fourth most biodiverse country in the world. 16. All beaches in Mexico are public. Facts about Mexico that includes all the beaches and things to do in Cancun, Acapulco, Tulum, Los Cabos, everywhere. They're all under federal ownership and can be used by anybody. How's that for democracy? 17. The Aztecs were pretty badass. Facts about Mexico from 1300 to 1521. The Aztec Empire wasn't about supreme authority, they just wanted tributes in the form of human sacrifice, and a lot of it. But weirdly, on the battlefield, they tried not to kill their enemies. In this strange way, their empire spanned most of central Mexico. 18. The Aztecs played the oldest known ball game using a rubber ball. It's called tlachtli. With variants played throughout Mesoamerica, it was all about using your hips, forearms, or a stick to send a solid rubber ball, some 4 kilos in weight, flying through a stone hoop at either end of a sunken court. In big matches, losers were sacrificed. The game is still played today, minus the human sacrifice, in the form of ulama in the state of Sinaloa. 19. The developing world's first climate change bill was passed in Mexico. Facts about Mexico: this is a big deal. Passed in 2012, the climate change bill aims to cut emissions by 50% by 2050, as well as generate 35% of energy via renewable sources. With all that in mind, Mexico is poised to become a leader of the developing world in terms of climate change. 20. But Mexico is heavy on the deforestation. Facts about Mexico: this isn't one of the most fun Mexico facts. The second fastest rate of deforestation in the world is going on in Mexico. It's second only to Brazil's deforestation. 98% of all deforestation is down to expanding agriculture, not least down to plantations of Mexico's green gold, the sought-after avocado. 21. Mexican food is all about its native delights. Facts about Mexico: foodstuffs like avocado, tomato, cacao, chili peppers, bell peppers, beans, zucchini, and guava can all be found growing freely throughout the country. No wonder Mexican food is just so damn tasty. The best part is you can make it all yourself with food found at the Mexican grocery store. 22. The first public park in the Americas was established in Mexico. Seems like the colonial Spanish were into beautifying the fledgling urban centers of New Spain a lot more than the establishment of New England. In 1592, Viceroy Luis de Velasco II decided that the residents of Mexico City needed a public green space to chill out in, so he commissioned the Alameda Central, named after alamos, or poplar trees planted here. Boston Common, the United States' first park, was built in 1640. 23. Chihuahuas are named after the Mexican state of the same name. Facts about Mexico: the smallest dog breed in the world, the Chihuahua, of course, is named after Chihuahua in Mexico. Both archaeological and folkloric evidence point to tiny pooches existing way back when. The centuries-old Techichi is thought to be an ancestor. 24. But the national dog is the Xoloitzcuintli. Squintly. Facts about Mexico: a wachamacalit? Yep, a Xoloitzcuintli, aka the Mexican hairless dog. Its real name is a mashup of the Xolil, the Aztec god of lightning and death, naturally, and its squintly, the Aztec word for dog. To be fair, it looks pretty fearsome, so we think it deserves the name and a mention on this list of interesting facts about Mexico. 25. A lot of United States was once Mexico. Facts about Mexico. After the Mexico-America War, 1946-49, there was what's called the Mexican Cession. This essentially means that a whole bunch of Mexico became U.S. territory. We're talking Nevada, Utah, almost all of Arizona, roughly a quarter of Colorado, half of New Mexico, and even a little bit of Wyoming. 26. Even Texas was part of Mexico. Facts about Mexico. This just gives you an inkling as to how big Mexico really was. Formerly the Mexican state of Coahuila y Tejas, Texas declared its independence after a revolution in 1836 and was granted U.S. statehood in 1845. Here are some great Texas road trips in case you want a border hop. 27. The most bull rings in the world are to be found in Mexico. Facts about Mexico. Mexico has around 225 bull rings, and it's all thanks to those centuries of Spanish colonial rule. November to April is bullfighting season, in case you were wondering. The largest bull ring in the world is also in the Plaza de Toros, Mexico, seating a cool 41,262 people. Boxing takes place here too, so it's not just one blood sport. 28. There was once a war fought in Mexico called the Pastry War, also known under the official, much more sensible title the Franco-Mexican War. Fought for 3 months from 1838 to 1839, it was all about French imports and exports. French goods had higher taxes, and the Mexicans weren't going to take it sitting down. Hence the pastry bit. 29. Mexico is the world's largest Spanish-speaking country. Facts about Mexico, to be precise, or sort of, anyway, that's around 130,222,815 speakers of Spanish. Spain, where Spanish literally came from, has less than half this number, 47,003,901. Spanish speakers are officially known as Hispanophones. 30. There's a whole lot more to Mexico than Spanish. Facts about Mexico. There are 68 linguistic groups and 364 varieties of indigenous languages. We're talking from Yucatec Maya all the way to Nahuatl, which is as close to Aztec as you can get. Not only indigenous languages either, Low German, a North German dialect resembling Dutch, is also spoken, as well as variants of the Venetian language. 31. Frida Kahlo is Mexico's most famous artist. Facts about Mexico. You might have known this as it's one of the most famous fun facts about Mexico. She was also the partner of another famous Mexican artist, Diego Rivera, but Kahlo was in a league of her own, with a unique style and many colorful, sensuous self-portraits. You can visit her former home in a cool suburb of Mexico City. It's called La Casa Azul, and is now a museum dedicated to the incredible artist and her equally incredible life. 32. The America's first printing press was established in Mexico City in 1539. King Charles V of Spain, yes, the same guy who established Mexico's first university, granted permission for Juan Zumarraga, Archbishop of Mexico City at the time, to import a printing press from Europe. You can still see it at the Casa de la Primer Imprenta de America, or the House of the First Printing Press of America, where it first arrived, and where it's been for all these years. 33. Mexico City is sinking. Facts about Mexico. Yeah, building a city on land reclaimed 500 years ago in the middle of a lake is probably not a good idea. As the demand for water grows, authorities are pumping more water out of the lake, further destabilizing the land. The result? The Mexican capital is sinking at a yearly rate of around 6 to 8 inches, which is pretty insane. 34. Chichen Itza is one of the 7 wonders of the world. Facts about Mexico. This is probably one of the most interesting facts about Mexico. It dates back to somewhere between the 8th and 10th centuries AD, and is visited by over 2.6 million tourists annually. It's beautiful. And, according to some lists, it's one of the 7 wonders of the world. Weirdly, the land beneath this ancient marvel was privately owned until 2010, when the Yucatan government finally purchased it for good. 35. Mexico City has a lot of taxis. Mexico. Facts. With over 100,000 taxis, Mexico City easily has the largest fleet of taxis out of any city in the world. This armada of taxis serves the population of 9 million. Though you associate somewhere like New York City with taxis because they're iconic, the Big Apple only has 14,000 taxis chugging around the streets.